Do you want lots of string and maybe a few spider eyes? Well, I've got a really good spider farm that you can make out of a spawner. Don't you go anywhere. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on what time you're watching this next episode from me, Avomance, in my farm tutorial series. Very recently, I released a Life on Minecraft episode about spiders, and I said in there, if you wanted a spider spawner farm, just to let me know, and you did. Loads of people commented that they would like a really simple spider spawner farm, so that's what you're getting today. The way this farm works is it uses a spawner that is in a specifically sized area that has got redstone lighting inside it. This lever will turn the redstone lights on and off, and when you turn the lights off, spiders will spawn, come along a channel, be shot up to your killing chamber where you can bash them a lot and collect all of their goodies. Very, very easy. To make this farm, you are going to need 3 soul sand, 13 wooden fence gates, 6 wooden fences, 1 lever, about half a stack of redstone dust, 10 redstone lamps, 2 chests, 1 redstone repeater, 4 redstone torches, 9 stone slabs, 9 wooden trapdoors, 1 hopper, 2 buckets of water, and at least to start with, a few torches. First things first, you need to find yourself a spider spawner. Now, this farm I'm about to show you works with spiders, the darker version, not cave spiders, which are kind of the bluer, greenier version. This can be adapted for cave spiders, absolutely, but this one, as it stands right now, is only for spiders. Cave spiders are smaller. They can get through tiny little holes and they'll bite off your face. So find yourself a spider spawner and light up the room. You want to make sure that those spiders can't spawn whilst you're working in it. You need to make sure you've got enough space around your spawner. You need 4 blocks in the north, south, east and west direction open up. You need 3 above it and 4 below it. So get yourself excavating and make sure you've got that room. Don't forget, keeping it lit, because these rooms tend to be 3 on either side for these spiders, which means that you need to continually replace the torches to make sure they don't come and really chew on your face a lot. I've dug it out, but you'll notice that we have got light up the walls, not just at the bottom. It's not just these bits at the bottom that can spawn the spiders. Around a spawner, they can spawn on the air blocks and just drop on your head, and that's the last thing you want. Find the wall that you want to be the front wall. The wall where you want to go and kill the spiders, basically. And it doesn't matter. Any of the walls will work. I'm going to randomly pick this fella. And come to the middle. It should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in. Knock out that block. And then the block on either side. And then dig out a 3 by 3 hole in that way. And then go back another 4 blocks. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, and that's 5. Push this back all the way to the end of that 5. You don't need to worry about lighting these bits up because this is outside of the spider spawner area. And then when you get here, you need to be careful because you're going to need to dig up. 1, 2, and 3. Do it again here. 3, and this one 2. So you've got kind of that sort of stepped shape doodad going on right there, and then dig out those 3 and we'll start to place blocks. From the floor level, not this trench level, count up 2 blocks, and in the 3rd row knock out all 3 of those rows, and then above it I want you to take out that 3 by 3 and then go back at least 3 rows like that. And here I'd stick down a little bit of a torch just to light it up so you can see what you're doing. No other reason other than that. And this is going to be where you come to stand when you bash the spiders. So get yourself a little bit more room, however you want really. You could have maybe some chests or shulkers or all sorts going on in here. It is entirely up to you how you set this room up. Obviously you want to make it so as it's dead easy to access. We've played around with this room, just made a little chamber, nothing fancy, some chests, and we've got an in and out system. That's just a soul sand elevator going straight up, and that's, well, basically that's an hole in the ground with some water in it that allows you to come straight down. There is a world download for Java. Please do come along and download the world and you'll suss out exactly what's going on with that exit and entrance all the way up to the surface. But here we need to continue with our farm. Take out those 2 middle blocks, get yourself a chest and create a double chest sideways into that. come to the side, whoop, and press in, crouch click, put a hopper into that chest. You can see there just about that the tail is pointing into that hopper, and then put a hopper on that side and a hopper on that side. That's going to act as your collection chamber so as you can get all of your goodies. Come back down to the bottom, just the other side of these hoppers, and pop in 3 bits of soul sand. You then want to get yourself some gates. The wood does not matter, any wood you like, and pop 1, 2 and 3 fence gates there. Then another 2 rows of fence gates like this. Make sure that they're all facing the same way, otherwise it will look quite offensive. There you go. Now if you're in Java, pop yourself another row of fence gates like that, but if you're in Bedrock you want those to be signs, otherwise it won't quite work. Open them all up, every single one of them. Again, just for aesthetics, do try and open them up in the same direction every time, otherwise it will just look odd. So there you go. Have we got all of those open? Not that one there. Open. There we go. We are nearly ready to put some water in. But before we do that, we want to turn this system so as you can put it on and off. And this bit is a little bit more complicated, but still very doable. Get yourself scaffolding. It's probably the best way to do it. Get yourself some scaffolding and come up and dig out a ring around the entirety of the roof like this. And then come up above it. What you now have is a platform above your spawning chamber. You can see there. What I want you to do is find the front, wherever the front is. You can see the front, you've got your hole there. And to the right hand side of the front, not on the last block, but the second last block, join it to the wall like that. And then come into the corners, and not in the corner, but kind of 2 in from the corner, put a torch and create a small 3x3 square with torches. Now this light is going to stop things from spawning on top of this platform because we're not going to fill in the platform. However, because we will fill in the blocks around the edge of the platform, it won't contaminate the area underneath. Pop out these 4 corners on the outsides of your torches and place in a redstone lamp into each of them. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then wherever your scaffold was, because obviously you've come up here with some scaffold, come back down again and pop a redstone lamp in the hole directly above your spawner and the one underneath that, and then also pop a redstone lamp on each of these blocks too. That is going to be our lighting system. Come back over the top, dig out the one above that redstone lamp so as you've got a hole. Then we just have to wire it up. Get yourself some redstone dust. And starting at the back, just place redstone dust all the way along until you reach that wall. You can then join up this as well, like that, and 1, 2, like that. That will mean that all of these redstone lamps, and not just the ones in the roof, but the ones dangling, will light up. Redstone lamps work by budding the power through themselves into the block underneath it. So all of these will light up. I'll demonstrate that by putting a lever on this block here. On they all come, and you can see they're all on like that. That's beautiful. Right, get rid of that lever because we don't want that. And then at the front here, dig this in 7. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Then if you dig straight down, you will find you come out right here, which is perfect. That's exactly where you want to be. Then get yourself some redstone torches again and your block, and you want to refill within your little cubby hole here to the level there, and then pop in a redstone torch like that. Dig out to the side so as you can block up, and put a block on top of the redstone torch. Block up, put a redstone torch on top of the block. That will turn off because this block has been powered. Come up, put a block on top of the redstone torch and a redstone torch on top of that block like that. That is currently on because the way it works is off, on, off, on, off, on. Fill in that hole at the back and then join this up the redstone here. Now you'll find this probably isn't quite enough to reach that last one. So what you need to do is in here, get yourself a repeater pop a repeater down, and that will make sure that everything there gets powered, including the fellas in there. Now you're down at the bottom and all of this is lit up very nicely. There is enough light in the entirety of this chamber to stop the spiders from spawning without all of these torches. So dig all of these torches out. You may be able to get rid of them from the floor depending on where you place them. Take them all out and very carefully remove the torches from around the spawner. If you knock the spawner out, this thing's toast. And then take out the torch on top of the spawner and replace it with a solid block. So now you've got this area. This is now relatively safe and free whilst the lights are on. It won't work. We'll move in here. You'll be able to see we won't get any spiders spawning in here at all because there's too much light in all of the blocks around with the light that we provided, which is brilliant. That's what we're after. So now what you want to do is to bring out these blocks here. We're going to come out 1, 2, 1, 2, and then create a diamond that moves up in this direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and then get rid of all these bits here like that. Next up, bring yourself your water bucket to the far corner, and not on the bottom block, but the block above it, place a water block and a water block there. You'll see that the water should flow all the way down and will stop just by these fences here. That's perfect. And all of the lines, if you check all the water lines, you'll see none of them run into a block. They all kind of run away from the block. So that'll push all the spiders in here. You've completely finished in that spawner chamber now. You don't have to go back in there again. But what you do need to do is pop a water bucket there and a water bucket there. That will create an infinite water source, and the middle will also be a source block. Now you only need 2 buckets of water, so collect your bucket from that middle, put again the next row, collect from the middle, next row, collect from the middle. Then put a water bucket there, a water bucket there, collect again from the middle, and a water bucket there. That is where the spiders will come from and pop up and get aggressive towards you when you are in survival mode. If I then put some slabs across here, 1, 2, and 3. That stops the spiders from going too high, because the last thing you want is for them to go too high. You now want some trapdoors. I'm going to get these trapdoors and I'm going to put the trapdoor on top of that, and that. That stops things getting stuck in the hoppers, especially things like XP orbs, and that's the last thing you want. And then put a trapdoor on the top edge of that bottom block, crouch and put another one, crouch and put another one. And then on the bottom edge of this top block, there, crouch and put another one, crouch and put another one. Then you want to get some fence. Pop a fence there. No, that's a gate. You want a fence. A fence there, a fence there, and a fence there. And then here, a fence, and a fence. I want to cause no offence. That chest will still open. Oh, look, there's a little lever in there. I'll have that. Now, that will allow XP to flow through the fence to you rather than using a solid block. Now, remember, this block in front of the hopper here, that's where we want to be able to control the redstone. So knock out that block there and pop in the lever, maybe the lever that you just pulled out of the chest by accident, and pop that lever there. That lever will then turn on and off the light inside the spawn chamber, and you are pretty much ready to go. So let's give this fella a go. We're going to turn the lights off, and I'm going to pull this lever to do that. So boom, lever goes down. Those lights go off. We stand it. You can already hear them starting to spawn in, and they will slowly flow their way up here. Look, there they are. They start to come. Now here, they cannot get to you. I'm in creative at the moment, so they're not that interested in me, to be honest with you. So they're just going to amble around. But if I go into survival, you'll see they get an awful lot more interested in me. Now, I have come into survival mode, and all of a sudden these spiders are quite interested in me. I've got a really nice sword, Sweeping Edge 3, Looting 3, and Bane of Arthropods 5. Effective against spiders. Now, beware. Occasionally, you can get skellies coming here because there is something like a 1 to 2% chance that a skeleton is going to spawn in with this spider. So do be aware of that. However, it doesn't happen very often. Now, all you need to do is just give these spiders a reap whack. Like that, and they will start to drop not only XP but lots of lovely loot. Now I'm just going to sit by this farm for have a bit of a 10-minute session with bashing, and we'll see how much loot we get in 10 minutes. It has been just over 10 minutes, 11 minutes to be precise, and this fella is still rolling. We've gone up from where we started at XP level 6 to XP level 18. This isn't the greatest way to get XP. Don't use this as exclusively an XP farm. This is to get spider eyes, or more importantly, string. So that's what this is for. I'm going to stop bashing this now, but I'm going to share with you something that I've learned whilst this AFK session was going on. In fact, it's not an AFK session. If you swap this middle fence to a gate and you open up the gate, you can, one, get the stuff that falls on top of the trapdoors, but two, you can actually bash the ones that trap themselves in there. Now do be careful, because if you go here, the spiders can actually catch you with their teeth, and that's not what you want. But okay, so let's see. After 10 minutes, what did we get? Not too bad. Let's just pop that back in there. We got, what, very nearly 3 stacks of string, very nearly 2 stacks of spider eyes. And yes, we actually got 2 skellies that came up during that 10-minute session. So we got a couple of bones and some arrows as well. All in all, it's quite an interesting little farm. When you want it to stop working, or if you want to roll on and you don't want the mob cap to get taken off, simply flick that switch. That will turn on the lights and the spiders will stop spawning. Let me just demonstrate to you what I meant by that reach technique. I'll get these out of the way first, but you'll see that we've got a spider stuck in there. If I open that gate, you can just bash him in there, close it up again, and you're away. Sneaky. As you can see, I've turned it back on again just for the effect, for the extra. You know, it makes sense for an outro to have spiders in the background. So that is one spider spawner. Dead easy system. I do want to give credits to Wattlestick for the original kind of bulk idea that I have adapted and turned it into an on-off system and changed up a little bit. But originally he came up with the concept. So thank you, Wattlestick, for that. Link is in the description below. If you have enjoyed this video, please do remember to slap that like button. It'd be great to know you're enjoying it, and I will keep on making them. Also, if you've not done it already, please do hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to see you in my sub club. I look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.